3, 2, 1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sahabat yang dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Ramadan tahun ini membawa kehangatan yang luar biasa bagi masyarakat London. Untuk ketiga kalinya, kota ini kembali dihiasi dengan gemerlap lampu LED Ramadan yang menerangi pusat kota. Tepatnya, The Piccadilly Circus. Pada malam penyalaan lampu, suasana semakin meriah. Masyarakat dari berbagai latar belakang berkumpul di Piccadilly Circus untuk menyaksikan momen spesial ini. Wali Kota London, Sadiq Khan, turut hadir untuk meresmikan acara dengan menekan tombol yang menyalakan seluruh instalasi cahaya. Seketika, pusat kota London bersinar dalam nuansa Ramadan, menciptakan pemandangan yang memukau dan penuh kedamaian.
3, 2, 1.
Selain penyalaan lampu, ada juga parade lentera yang dipimpin oleh anak-anak dari Wow Creative Arts. Lentera-lentera yang mereka bawa melambangkan harapan dan kebersamaan selama bulan Ramadan. Di Leicester Square, sebuah instalasi interaktif memungkinkan pengunjung untuk lebih memahami tradisi Ramadan, baik bagi mereka yang Muslim maupun non-Muslim.
Come to the center of London where you've got massive amounts of tourists and people who are Muslim and non-Muslim to come in and celebrate Ramadan the way that we see Christmas lights up every year. You really enjoy those festivities. What kind of
Namun, sahabat semua, ada sesuatu hal yang lebih mengejutkan, sekaligus menggembirakan untuk warga Muslim di Inggris yang notabene sebagai minoritas. Untuk pertama kalinya dalam 1000 tahun, sebuah acara buka puasa bersama digelar di Kastil Windsor, salah satu istana kerajaan tertua dan paling bersejarah di dunia. Dan yang membuatnya semakin istimewa, acara ini diinisiasi langsung oleh Raja Charles III.
Has seen a lot in its 1,000 years, but never this. 300 members of the public, mostly, but not all Muslim, applied for a free ticket to come and break their Ramadan fast in the magnificent St. George's Hall, normally used to entertain heads of state and for special royal events.
Amazing, it's an amazing atmosphere, and we were saying it just doesn't feel real.
It's very kind of the royal family to open their home to us.
We never thought we'd be here breaking iftar. We've really come a long way.
Over 350 people calmly took their seats to become a part of history. The call to prayer echoed through St. George's Hall and signified the time to break the fast. Dates were eaten before prayers were said, and then the meal.
To get permission to hold an iftar in a serving, functional royal residence doesn't come easily. You can't book it, you can only ask. And even then, there are weeks and months of meetings and negotiations which have to take place. And even then, the final nod has to come from the king.
It's a lot of hard work. I feel the King is an excellent ambassador for this cause, and he's committed to community cohesion, to welcoming community of communities, celebrating different faith groups, and also we're incredibly grateful for his support towards the British Muslim community.
Indeed, His Majesty the King has been championing religious diversity and indeed encouraging interfaith conversations for many, many years. So this really is just a continuation of that here this evening.
So he will be really happy to see this happening tonight.
His Majesty the King is always kept up to speed with what we're up to and is a key supporter of it. So indeed, I'm sure he will.
And for those who ate in His Majesty's Windsor home, it was a memory of a lifetime.
I studied history at university, so to actually open my fast in Windsor Castle is not something I ever thought I would do. To mix my Muslim identity with that historical knowledge is a real privilege.
I've never been to Windsor Castle before. So this is an awesome experience, first time to be here and to do it in an Islamic way, amazing.
Would you extend the same invitation to the king to come round to yours for dinner?
Absolutely. You're more than welcome any day, any time. Yeah. We've got Ramadan for 30 days. You let me know when you're ready.
Other iftars open to everyone, regardless of faith and background, are taking place across London in this month of Ramadan, at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre on the South Bank, at Lord's Cricket Ground and Shepherd's Bush Market, among other places. Tickets are free but must be booked. Asad Ahmed, BBC London, at Windsor Castle.
Acara ini bukanlah sebuah kebetulan. Sebelumnya, Raja Charles III dan Ratu Camilla telah menunjukkan kepedulian mereka dengan mengunjungi restoran India, Darjeeling Express di London. Di sana, mereka ikut membantu mengemas kurma dan nasi biryani hidangan khas berbuka puasa yang nantinya untuk acara berbuka puasa yang disumbangkan untuk masyarakat yang datang baik yang muslim maupun yang non-muslim.
Yes. So the biryani is constructed in layers. The base of this pot will have very tender pieces of mutton, and then on top of that is spices and rice that's been layered down. Each tier of rice has a different texture, and the way the biryani is served is everything is mixed together. So each spoonful is like a really almost overwhelming experience of flavour and texture. So
does everybody do a different math?
No. So Asha would be in charge of kind of constructing the whole thing, but everyone does a different part of it. So the potatoes is one part, the rice is someone else, the mutton someone else.
Yeah. So this is Asha. So these are the boxes of biryani that we. Do any of you want to have tried packing?
Yes.
Asha, can you give one box?
Okay, yes. Chicken, yes.
And I'm going to sit here. So yes, I'm going to tell you what to do. I will please sit down.
These look like serious dates. Are they from?
They're from Palestine.
Are they the best quality ones?
Yes. They are. So I need you. They are very super sticky. So the bag is open. Just pick up one, put it in, and I'm going to do the sticky bit. So just put it in.
Just one.
Just one, yeah. I know that sounds a bit stingy, but we want them to eat.
What do you do?
Open more packets here.
More.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize the king would be so fast. Yes, you're right. You are.
Charles III, as the King of the United Kingdom, is the head of the Church of England and the defender of the faith. And he is defending the faith. The problem is it's just not the faith that the Church of England believes in. In the last week, Charles has been packing dates for Muslims who are breaking their fast during Ramadan. He has held a call to prayer for Muslims in Windsor Castle, and the royal family's social media accounts have been welcoming Ramadan. At the same time, those accounts and Charles have been conspicuously silent about the beginning of Lent, about Shrove Tuesday and about Ash Wednesday. In other words, the holy rituals and traditions that the Church of England believes in. This is a slap in the face to Christians across the United Kingdom. And when I said that Charles is defending the wrong faith, I wasn't necessarily referring to Islam, although that is certainly a component of this. He is defending the religion of the progressive elites of recent years. It is the progressive leftist establishment that believes in DEI, in wokeism, in multiculturalism. Now, we know that Charles believes that sort of stuff in his heart, but it's now very obviously bubbling to the surface in his role. And make no mistake, this is an existential threat for the future of the monarchy. Do I think that Charles III will end up in the same boat as Charles I? No, I don't. But at the same time, the people who most ardently support the monarchy, being conservatives, are turning off because he is espousing views which they don't believe in. He has a choice to make here. Either he supports and defends the faith that he is obligated to do, and he supports British values, or he continues this globalist, multicultural nonsense and watches support for the royal family wither away and die.
Yeah, I mean, look,
laden with Christians in Britain is actually a joke, because the lights in London in Regent Street are actually Ramadan lights. I have no problem with us celebrating every other faith. We've got a big Jewish holiday coming up. We've got Passover coming up. Knock yourselves out. But if we're going to do that, and it's called multiculturalism, which that I believe doesn't work, but if we accept that it does, then we must do it to the Christian faith as well.
The point is, when Charles was coronated, he changed the wording to say defender of all the faiths. This week, he forgot Christianity, and you can't deny that.
No. I think it's good for him to. I think it's important.
Did he
that
forget Christianity this week? Yes or no?
That he goes out and does something unexpected,
yes or no?
rather than what he after many years of supporting the Christian causes. I think it's only right that he's supporting Muslims, both in the UK, but also who are under his dominion across the world. That's quite an important point.
Maybe we could look at it this way. Do you think the king is being pragmatic here, setting the royal family up to survive? I mean, one of the big jobs of a royal is to make sure that that their institution survives the test of time. And, you know, we're going to talk about this coming up very soon in my monologue, which is the changing culture and the changing face of our country. If he goes full in, I'm Christian, I'm defending Christianity only, is he putting the royal family at risk in its longevity by not acknowledging the truth that our country is changing dramatically?
Well, perhaps if we address that truth, that our country is changing dramatically, and then suddenly decided what we are, which is a Christian country, still, even in all of the surveys, we are a majority Christian country, then perhaps we ought to start moving ourselves further towards being a Christian country, and that's what he should do.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, as I said, there is a perception now amongst the most traditionally ardent supporters of the monarchy that he doesn't care about them or their faith anymore. And if you lose them, you lose your base. That is what is happening at the moment. Whether or not you think it's fair or not, Kai, that is what is happening at the moment.
It literally takes a matter of seconds to schedule a tweet. Why did no one in the royal family's press office think, schedule a tweet, tick, that's that holiday done, now we can schedule the next one, tick, that's one done. He can do as much as he wants for the Muslim faith, absolutely fine, support it, diversity, wonderful, great. But the point is, he forgot Christianity.
It shows the shallowness of this whole argument.
We did.
That basically it's hinging on whether he sent a tweet or not, when in fact there's a whole host of other things that the king and the royal family do to support the Christian faith. You know that. So one tweet? Come on.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Do you stand by your comments on this show about 20 minutes ago where you said the king should embrace his role as a unifier of the country? Or do you have this new position about 20 minutes later where you're saying he should be taking on divisive political positions?
King stands
See, I don't think those are mutually exclusive. I think being a religious unifier is a position of his. He has been a supporter of interfaith dialogue. So that is just something he believes, that he puts into practice. Good on him. That's another example to add to my roster of things that King Charles could do us a great service in actually contributing to the public debate.
Listen, I just absolutely gobsmacked at this monologue you've chosen to go with tonight, Kai, because we all know, British people across this country know, that the role of the king is to be impartial, neutral, and to do the job of the royal family. You must not wade into any political argument. You do so at your peril, and as Will rightfully said earlier on, Charles I ended up with in a very precarious situation because he waded way past his remit in getting into politics. If we want a political king, we should scrap the monarchy and have a president, which is what any other sensible country has, not an elected dictator, which is exactly what you are advocating for, is it not?
No. I think this is a modern king for a modern era with modern politics. And frankly, our politicians have failed us to such a great degree that actually, you know, we need somebody with decades...
So you want President Charles?
With his decades of leadership to contribute to the debate.
So rubbish that we want to look with pleading eyes to the king to take over. What a ludicrous statement.
Not to take over.
He's the king.
You know I'm not saying
He should do what his mother did.
Yep.
Just be...
Absolutely. The perfect example...
No, sorry.
No, go on.
See how that worked out. Sorry, justify that comment. See how the Queen worked out.
Well,
longest monarch in British history.
Monarch ever.
Oof. Yeah, but that doesn't, you know, what... We've been through decades of stagnation, difficulty.
Because that's the...
we didn't do anything.
What I was going to say was the fact is the best blueprint for being a brilliant monarch was Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and you saw it in the sitcom in the Windsors. The only thing that the royals need to do is shake hands and pull ropes to unveil plaques. That's what Charles needs to do. The blueprint's out there. He should have looked at his mother. I'm sorry, but we don't need President Charles. Enough said.
But it's not worked, really, has it? Do you think that the model that we have is working?
Are you living in the same Britain? I know that things have got bad since Labour came in, but I think you're mixing the two up.
I don't understand what's so controversial about having a king who can also...
You're literally advocating for President Charles.
No, I am not.
Gentlemen.
You know I'm not.
I'd like to bring Will back. He's having a over here. Will...